The UK has ignored legal action from the European Union. This, of course, being action over the UK Internal Market Bill that MPs in Westminster had the temerity to vote through with a big majority. The EU unhappy, legal action being issued, but the UK, the British government so far ignoring that legal action. And as the Express report today, von der Leyen running out of options as Boris ignores Brexit legal threat. Going to bring you all the very latest in this video, guys, but if you could please start off by making sure you've hit subscribe and the bell so you don't miss future reports. And I just want to tell you quickly about the Brexit Biscuit. Christmas is around the corner. If you're looking for a cracking gift, the Brexit Biscuit could be the one for you. Baked in the heart of Lancashire to traditional methods. It's a British manufacturer, a British team, British satire. Support a small British business. You go to the brexitbiscuit.co.uk. You can see the tin there, wrapped in an Article 50, which is a nice touch. Head over to the brexitbiscuit.co.uk and support a small British business. As I say, it's British manufacturer, British team, British satire, the brexitbiscuit.co.uk. Now, on the 1st of October, and I think it's important to go through all of this, on the 1st of October, the EU started legal action against the UK on the Internal Market Bill. It was reported at the time the EU is starting legal proceedings against the UK over Boris Johnson's plan to breach terms of the Brexit divorce deal and break international law. The Commission has decided to send a formal letter of notice to the UK government. EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said at the time, she said that this draft bill, by its very nature, a breach of the obligation of good faith laid down in the withdrawal agreement. That being, of course, what's often referred to as by Brexiteers as the rotten withdrawal agreement. And let's just remember what the Prime Minister said about why the UK Internal Market Bill that the EU took legal action over was so important, because this part really got missed out of mainstream media, in my opinion. It didn't get the coverage it deserved. Prime Minister Boris Johnson, the Telegraph reported at the time, accused the EU of threatening to impose a food blockade in the Irish Sea that would destroy the economic and territorial integrity of the UK, and basically said that the UK Internal Market Bill was required to protect the UK from the disaster of handing Brussels the power to carve up our country. Now, obviously, since then, things have moved on, and the UK Internal Market Bill was voted for by MPs with a majority of 84 in the House of Commons. And I know the unelected Lords don't like it. They're doing everything they can to try and get involved there. But it passed with a big majority of 84 in the House of Commons. And check out this headline from The Independent. Boris Johnson misses EU deadline to explain breach of international law. So this whole idea that the British government, with a UK Internal Market Bill that flew through the House of Commons with an 84 majority of MPs, that the British government has to go grovelling on its knees to the EU to explain. I think those days are over. We've left the EU, and the UK Internal Market Bill has been voted for by MPs in our own Parliament. That's what happens when the Brexit majority had their say in the general election, put those MPs in the House of Commons to stand by the pro-Brexit majority mandate in this country. And as the Express report today, von der Leyen running out of options as Boris ignores Brexit legal threat. Downing Street missed the deadline set by the EU Commission to respond to its letter outlining the legal challenge in the row over the government's Brexit bill. Commission Chief Ursula von der Leyen said the Internal Market Bill, which gives ministers the power to rip up sections of last year's withdrawal agreement, was in breach of the divorce treaty. The German Eurocrat gave Mr Johnson until the end of October to amend the legislation or respond to the bloc's concerns. A commission spokesman quoted as saying, the EU has received no reply from the UK. Therefore, we're considering next steps, including issuing a reasoned opinion. This dispute, they say, will have to be resolved. Ursula von der Leyen, the Express report, expected to send a formal notice to demand Britain complies with EU law in the next 2 months. Now, a few journalists commenting on this. Tony Connolly saying EU sources the UK is yet to reply to the European Commission's formal letter of notice, triggering legal action over the UK Internal Market Bill. The deadline for the response was Monday, the 2nd of November. Nick Guttridge saying, Commission spokesman says the EU has received no reply from the UK to its letter launching legal action over the internal market bill. Deadline was Sunday night. Therefore, we're considering next steps, including reasoned opinion. Dispute will have to be resolved. That quote again. Worth pointing out again, Nick Guttridge says that the row over the internal market bill has simmered right down behind the scenes, and both sides hope it will be solved simply and amicably via an agreement on a trade deal. It's only if there's no deal that it will arise again and this legal action becomes pertinent. Now, in terms of what's going on in those negotiations, you've seen me talk before about how it has all gone a bit quiet. The briefings on the UK side and the EU side have really gone down. We're not hearing nearly as much as we were. But a Commission spokesman quoted as saying, negotiations are continuing this week in Brussels. There are very intensive negotiations towards an agreement. There's still a lot of work to be done. Negotiations are ongoing on all topics, on all fronts. Michel Barnier will be informing member states and the Parliament this week. We're not there yet. A lot more work remains to be done. Now, there have been a few rumours flying around, a few reports flying around of a potential sellout on fisheries from the British side, and also of EU concessions on fisheries. So who knows what to believe. One thing's for certain. We cannot have a situation where either on the EU's dreaded level playing field, where they try and curtail Brexit competitive advantage by getting the UK to sign up to EU rules. That must be totally rejected. And the idea that we approach anything like the French position, which wants to continue the disastrous status quo on fisheries, that of course must be comprehensively and utterly rejected by the British government as well. You can rely on this channel certainly to stay on top of what comes out of these negotiations. I suspect that in one form or another, a deal will be done. I know that lots of you just want Boris Johnson to walk away with no deal and have a clean break from the EU. Did that video yesterday about 16 Brexit groups, no less, calling for a clean break. But it looks to me like we are going to have a deal between the UK and the EU rather than a clean break, no deal. Even though Boris Johnson did say by the 15th of October, if there wasn't a deal done by then, he would walk away. Negotiations ongoing. As I said, you can rely on the Westminster channel to stay on top of this and bring you all the very latest. But in terms of this legal action, at least, the UK pretty much ignoring what the EU has set out. Let's see if that changes. Let's see what the EU do in response. But let's remind ourselves again, the UK Internal Market Bill was passed in Parliament by our MPs that we voted for with a majority of 84. The EU might not like it, the House of Lords might not like it, but that is a fact. As ever, guys, enjoyed this report. If it's been helpful and informative for you, please hit that button, hit that thumbs up button, and hit the join button as well to become a supporter of the channel. Would really appreciate your support. Thanks, as ever, for watching.